Welcome to yet another episode of the Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories, a series of conversations with CXOs and business leaders over chai or coffee, if that's your preference, brought to you by ETH. The urgency and pressure on business leaders as they navigate the COVID-19 pandemic has been immense, to say the least. These business leaders have been constantly monitoring myriad ways to ensure that their respective companies stay on course in the new normal. The incredible demands placed on them makes us often wonder how they have time for family, hobbies, or any downtime at a personal level. And let's not forget that they are mere mortals. This initiative by ETH is aimed to create a deeper connection with them and to get a sense of what business leaders of several prominent companies do when they are not in business mode. Today, it's my pleasure to host Vivek Zakarde, Vice President Technology, India Infoline Group. Vivek, welcome to the Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories.
Thanks, everyone. So I'm really very excited because I haven't done these type of interview. Means I have been a technical speaker in a lot of events, but not
Right.
not gone through this kind of conversation. So really excited and yeah, looking forward for the
Wonderful, wonderful. There's always a first time, Vivek, and I'm excited to have you on the Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories. And I think we're going to have a great time for the next 20 minutes or so.
yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Vivek, you're a leader in your own right. And one of the skills when it comes to leadership, which is inevitable, is managing people. So my first question to you is, what are the people management and leadership skills that are essential for any leader?
So if you can ask me, leadership, if you see that true leadership is about empowering others and raising them up. And with the changing world and the paradigm change in workers' objective, much has been made about it how leaders will now need to lead the workforce for the future. It is important to surround yourself with the people who will challenge you and tell you when and why you are wrong. I think it's okay to admit what you don't know, and it's okay to ask for help, and
Sure.
it's more than okay to listen to the people you lead. In fact, it's essential. So I think the currency of leadership is transparency. You have got it more than, and means I think you have got to be truthful. I don't think you should be vulnerable every day. But there are moments where you have got to share your soul and conscience with people and show them who you are. Not be, you should not be afraid of it that what you are actually. If we win the hearts and mind of employees, we are going to have a better business success. But that's a simple funda. If you treat your staff like the smart and capable adults, what actually they are, and give them choice to make informed decisions, you will cultivate an environment in which everyone can flourish. People actually want guidance, not rhetoric. They need to know what the plan of action is and how it will be implemented. They want to be given responsibility to solve the problem and authority to act on it.
Makes perfect sense. I love the way you answered this first question. And I think you've set a wonderful tone for the discussion to follow. No rhetoric. There has to be soul. Because at the end of the day, you can't fool people. People have their own wisdom and are smart enough, and they can see through any rhetorics and anything that is not genuine. So very well said. I really like your
Exactly.
answer. Thank you so much. Okay, Vivek, let's do something. Let's rewind a little. In fact, quite a bit. So what I'm going to ask you is, if you were to go back to the early years of your childhood, school, or later college, were there any positive influences or incidents? And I'm sure there must have been quite a few uh, that shaped your foundation in those formative years. And could you share that with us?
Okay. So what happens when we were in a school? We were little bright students, and not like, if I can take my example, I was means the student who is in the first five students of this when I was in a school. And when I went to college, I had completed my engineering from Delhi College of Engineering, and it was one of the reputed organizations. So college, and lot of uh, the cream from all the cities has come into this college. So there I
Vivek,
really
which
found.
college, Vivek? Which college was that?
I was from Delhi College of Engineering.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So there I found, when I found when competing with the guys, that something is lacking out. It might be these guys are more studious or hardworking, which I was not. I was, yeah, I I was a student who is more want to play with the numbers. So these are my core strengths at that time. And when go from the subjectives and scoring marks, so I was not at par with these guys. Slowly I will become the backbencher. And I enjoyed, because first time in a life I got the freedom when we completed the school and started going to the college. But I really enjoyed that time. But after few semesters, I realized, okay, that competing with these guys is not going to work out for me. So better to think about what all are my strengths.
sure,
And my father was a government servant, class one officer. He once served as a director of education. So I have seen him very closely, how he administrate the things, how what type of leader he was, his routine, his hobbies. So from that, I think I should take this example and just take my life towards that. And once I realized that, okay, my strength is not to compete with all these brilliant minds, so better what all is my strengths. So I think I discussed with my parents. They thought, okay, what's your strengths? And I got to know, okay, I'm good with the numbers. I am good with the algorithms. So let's try something on that. Let's try to play with the data. And these things motivate me then when I started my first job, which was in a which was a campus interview. So at that time, I realized, okay, analytics and data engineering is something data science is something where I think I really done a good can do a good job. And so these few instances uh, inspired me, because yeah, and my backbenchers friends are now all, most of them are someone are CEO or serving a good CTOs and serving on a good organizations. So I
right.
learned from them also, okay, yeah, that it's not wrong to be a backbencher. Yes, you have fun and do what you want exactly in your life.
Wonderful, wonderful. What I heard from that is uh, just accept yourself the way you are. You made those iterations and went back to your parents, and they said just focus on your strengths, and that is what I've seen you. You kept it very simple. Is that right, Vivek?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's sometimes you don't know that what are your strengths, where you are best. But someone
Yes,
someone from your family who have a close look of you, your siblings or your girlfriends at that time, or your wife. So
yes,
they live with you 24/7. They know you very well. So they inspire you. Okay, try to do these things. You'll be much better in these things.
sure,
Don't go,
sure,
because yeah. So what I understand, that scoring marks, you have to really work hard. So
sure.
frankly, I was not that student who work for, who can read the books for almost 12 to 13 hours on a daily basis. I was a student who like to just get it passed and
Yeah,
get promote to the next semester.
yeah. But look at where you are right now. So I think it's worked for you wonderfully. Well done. Okay,
Thanks.
I'm great, great, wonderful. I'm really enjoying this. You're very frank and very honest, and that is what really is very endearing, Vivek. So I like the way this is going. I'm going to come
Yeah,
back to the subject of leadership and ask you a very direct question. Uh, what, according to you, is the one behavior or trait and there could be more than one, that you have seen derail most leaders' careers?
It's very difficult to say that one behavior because there are multiple reasons, if you can say, and these multiple reasons basically cause executives to derail. So one reason which I feel is not having a strong enough successor. I see executives who hire good people, but they do not hire individuals strong enough to be executive replacement. They want to be replaceable. And if an executive tries to make themselves indispensable by making all the decisions, then senior management usually passes them up for promotion. C-suite executives need to empower, trust, and build competent leaders who know how to make decisions, take calculated risk, and who know how to lead. Another reason which I see is I knew attitude. So basically, that's I know, yes, I know everything, and you can say it arrogance. Basically, these leaders tends to be very smart and believe that they are the smartest person in the room. They tend to be dismissive, controlling, sometimes rigid, dogmatic, and can be condescending. The consequences is that they suppress the talent in their team and can tend to make more mistakes because they devalue others' ideas and overvalue their own ideas. In this case, arrogance shows up as someone who feels like they know everything and they have a difficulty hearing other points of view. This stifles feedback, creativity, and innovation. I have seen in my previous organizations also that people used to favor the wrong person. Like if you can see some few of the CEOs, they have their or the leaders have their own lobby. But when you are putting your own person, you should see that that person is good enough to get this work done, or you are surpassing someone skilled person skills. So these are few things which I think most of the times are the reasons for the derails of this executives.
Wonderful. I'm glad you didn't hold back on that, because it's important for people who are watching this video, who will watch this video going forward, to understand and that bitter pill. Because one is, a lot of leaders you know hesitate to delegate because they think that they might be redundant. A lot of people hesitate to get people who are very good and hire them in their teams. And what you touched upon last was groupism, or politics as we call it, in terms of their own lobbies, XYZ. And that doesn't hold good when it comes to the long run, because people will see through that and it could derail their careers. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Let me ask you, Vivek. We all go through good times, not so good times, etc., in our personal journeys and our professional journeys. I'm going to ask you specifically as to what tough times in life left you a better person after those tough times passed away, and could you explain how?
Yeah. So there is a few times like I mentioned when I was in a college, was a little flamboyant type of guy who used to be in a bikes or
You
to
still
drive.
are. You still are. What was?
Yeah, but that time, yeah, that the young days. But when I come out from the college, I realized, and when I started my first job, then I realized that all these things which I enjoyed is on my is all is given given by my parents. It's not earned by me. And whatever the respect I have at that time is all because of parents, because I am a son of XYZ person. So and really, when I was come to the job, I moved to some other cities. I was an unknown person there. So that keep me very grounded. Okay, now I landed on the ground. So now I have to start my career from here. Another thing, a few years back, I have a very major surgery, and at that time, of course, I was working for one reputed organization. I don't want to disclose the name. And they have given the opportunity and I was handling a very important client, one of the very biggest client of a UK. And they have a lot of expectations from me, but due to this surgery, uh, I had to take a break for 3 or 4 months. And you know that business can't stop. They have to run their business. And one person cannot be responsible to hold on their business.
Right, right.
So that was a stage where I have a chance to. Uh, there was a probability that I can lose my job. So these all things comes at the same time where the surgery is there, uh, chances and some fear of losing a job, and then my father expired because of all this. So these are the uh, uh, very bad phase of my life. These 5 6 months. But when at that time when I was in a hospital, I have seen the people around me and all the staff, the hospital, these nurses, these boys, they take care of me a lot. And I thought when I come out from all this and when I have seen all this very closely, I come out with this and I will be after that I will be very humble and grounded person. Means I started, yeah, of course, before that also I, I had given respect to the people, but after that, the all looking out the life, the way I look the life was completely changed for me. I think, and I can say I would be more humble after that incident.
Wonderful, wonderful. Again, I'm so happy you shared that personal experience because that is something that people will find a connect with. Uh, Thanks again for sharing that, Vivek. Uh, Vivek, COVID-19 pandemic 1.0, 2.0 has hit us. They're saying 3.0 is around the corner.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, you know, gloom, negativity, XYZ around with everything that we've gone to, and I'll not go into it. My question to you is, you seem to be very positive. So I'm going to ask you as to what are some of the positive outcomes for you from this pandemic?
Yeah. So pandemic actually brings a slowdown in a life. My life. I spent more time together with my family, and it's a very less busy, and I got rid of a stressed life which we have before pandemic.
Okay,
We have less running around the people and for work, and I got a time to spend more time with my daughter and wife. Yeah, of course, there is a spending a lot of time with the wife. Of course, is a two-edged sword. It can be something. Sometimes you have some negative impact. But yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Vivek, you're taking a big risk when this is aired. That, that could
Yeah,
actually be a
but
single-edged sword when your wife sees
so so yeah, and I utilize this time uh, to increase connecting with my friends and families uh, via these all technical platforms like you can say Zoom and this WhatsApp. So this pandemic reflects perspective of life and priorities.
Absolutely.
We have no commuting, no seasonal colds due to social distancing, and we all now aware of strict hygiene practices and now giving recognition to our frontline workers.
Yes.
Most important from technology point of view, use that use of we have that there is a lot more greater use of information and communication technology and digitalization. We have uh, greatly we have quickly adapted these virtual tools to carry out activities and that were previously which was previously we have to do with on a face on face. So this means greater access to the information and knowledge as well as productivity gains.
Sure.
But this pandemic was not foreseeable, if you can see, and its devastating effects are increasing our alertness to other trends that could have a similar or even worse outcomes. This pandemic has highlighted the time we waste traveling, not to mention the economic costs we have associated, which we have saved. Also, this video conferencing technology is now a much more acceptable and a friendly substitute.
Sure.
So change, which I personally like, is this pandemic has increased punctuality also. Now there is no more excuses to arrive late to a meeting, no more blaming to the horrible traffic.
Right. Right. Wow. Well said. That's the best answer I have got to this question, which I've asked many CXOs. What a wonderful answer. So well said. Great. Vivek, with that, we'll move on to another segment called the short answer segment, where I will throw a set of questions at you, and I would request you to answer in one word or a line. If it's a line, I'll specify that it's a line. Otherwise, it's largely in one word. No need for any justification in terms of your choices. It's a fun round. The idea is to get to know Vivek beyond the Vice President Technology India Infoline Group job designation. So I want you to have fun. And are you ready for this round?
Yeah,
Okay, great. Choose one of these. Would you prefer chai and biscuit or coffee and muffin?
coffee and muffin,
Okay. Choose one of the three: samosa pav, misal pav, or vada pav.
misal pav,
Which one?
misal pav.
Ah, I knew that. I knew that was going to be your answer. Spoken like a true Maharashtrian. 80s music or current music?
It is movies.
School friends, college friends, or work friends? Choose one.
Cool friends.
Okay. Are you a pet person or not a pet person?
Not a pet person.
Okay.
Means I
Shopping,
like pets. I like pets, but
yeah,
not touching to them. Yeah,
you don't have a pet. That's what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, got
yeah,
it. Got
yeah.
it. Uh, do you prefer shopping in store or shopping online?
In store,
Do you prefer cooking or being cooked for?
cooked for
Okay. Books or movies?
movies anytime.
Ah, nice. Uh, if you had a choice, would you save 50 strangers or save one loved one?
I think depends who is a loved one, but logically it should be 50 strangers.
Hey, your wife.
I think I will go with a wife.
Okay, good. Uh, picnics or road trips?
Road trips.
Okay. Vivek, three apps that you use the most. Could you name them?
WhatsApp,
Three
Facebook.
applications on your smartphone that you use the most.
Yeah, so Facebook, WhatsApp,
Okay. Okay.
LinkedIn.
Okay. Three people who are closest to you.
My daughter,
Okay.
my wife, my
Okay.
parents.
Name three qualities in a person that make a good friend.
Transparency,
Okay.
fun loving,
Okay.
like minded like me.
Wonderful. Which three words best describe you?
Honest, hardworking,
Right.
smart, smart worker.
Nice. Vivek, what's your favorite holiday destination in India and favorite holiday destination internationally? One.
In India, I would like to go on a north side, North India. Like most probably, I
Any
have
specific
Nainital.
place?
Nainital,
Okay. And
and
internationally?
international is Denmark.
Sorry,
Denmark.
Denmark. Okay. Nice. Would you rather give up salt or give up sugar?
Give up sugar.
Okay. So talking about sugar, would you call a spade or would you sugarcoat it a little?
No, I call it spade a spade.
Okay. No sugar involved there.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it with a pinch of salt. What is what you would say? I'm going to call it a spade a spade. Yeah. Would you rather know a little bit about everything or everything about a little thing?
Everything about little thing.
Sure. If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
Tiger.
Nice. If you could live in anyone's head for 15 minutes, whom would you choose?
Boss. My boss.
Your boss? Okay, wonderful.
Especially on appraisal times.
Sure, sure, sure. And I'm sure you could mean that in a nice way. I'm sure that you're saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your most prized possession, Vivek?
I want to be a pilot. So that's the one thing which I am missing in my life. So
Ah,
I would
okay.
want to
Nice.
be.
Sure, sure. Which three people, living, dead, or fictional, could be any, which three people would you like to have a cutting chai conversation with, where you're in my shoes and you have a chance to call three people to have a cutting chai conversation?
About Sachin Tendulkar,
Okay,
Amitabh Bachchan,
okay,
and Mark Zuckerberg.
nice, nice. Last question in this segment. Life is incomplete without dash. Fill in the blanks. Life is incomplete without dash. It could be a word, it could be a line.
Without family.
Nice. Wow, you did so well in this segment. Congratulations, Vivek. Well done.
Thanks.
One final question before I let you go.
Yeah.
Uh, what advice would you give someone going into a leadership position for the first time? And I'm asking you this question to conclude this cutting chai conversation because a lot of people, youngsters, millennials who are going to go into leadership positions would be watching this video. So, what would be your advice to them when they're getting into a leadership position for the first time?
So what happens that uh, because see, if you can see, the leadership is a never-ending journey, and basically the first 90 days in any leader's career are critical, and they make their lasting impressions. So one major reasons where new leaders fail is that they fail to adjust to their new role and continue to do work that their subordinates should be responsible for. As a leader, you need to understand that you don't need to know everything and have answers to all of the problems. Your job is to help your team find the answers. My advice is believe in yourself and your ability to get the job done. Someone believed you were the best for the position, and that's the reason you are in this position. It's very important to identify on the skill, early on your skills, which are most critical to success on this job. Try to deliver early results to establish credibility, and then try to sustain these results. Again, when it comes to leading a team, compassion and empathy are underrated qualities. If first time leaders are secure within themselves, they will build other people up instead of tearing them down. When you care about your people at a deep level, you sit in the winner's seat. I think that is the advice I share with all my colleagues and my friends.
You know, after listening to you for 20 minutes or so, what comes across is that you epitomize this quote where they say that leaders instill in their people a hope for success and a belief in themselves, and positive leaders empower people to accomplish their goals. I'm also reminded of another quote by Lao Tzu, where he says that a leader is best when people barely knows he exists, and when the team's work is done, their aim is fulfilled, they will say we did it ourselves, not knowing that there was a leader guiding them all the time. Vivek, I had a wonderful time chatting with you at this Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories. We wish you, your family, and India Infoline Group the very best going forward.
was a nice conversation with you, and I really enjoyed this session.